Okay, you guys, so another country heard from. Let's discuss the concept of knowledge. Please be very clear that knowledge is a concept, okay? It's only people who are still in the personhood who are intent upon focusing and obsessing on one word as if it has total meaning for anything. So you've got to truly understand this. When you are on the beginning of your path, most people out here are suffering very, very badly. That's what makes them go on a path. And if you're from the West, you have no idea about any of these gurus, who's genuine, who is not genuine. From the West, we tend to be very trusting when it comes to religious leaders. And this is why most of the people from the West get taken advantage of. And the people from the East understand this, and this is why we're prime targets for them. You have got to wisen up, smarten up. Knowledge is your friend. Knowledge is your friend. As you progress on the path, you will build up your discernment. You will have listened to the masters, the real masters, Nisargadatta Maharaj and Ramana Maharishi, the Gospel of Ramakrishna, the teachings of Jesus Christ, teachings of the Buddha. Learn as much as you can. Get as much information and knowledge as you can. Knowledge is not a curse word. Knowledge is not a curse word. The biggest way and the reason that I was able to heal during the dark night of the soul was because I had increased knowledge of what narcissistic abuse was and what I had experienced my entire life. Knowledge is your friend. There comes a point on your path as you start internalizing everything that you're taking in. If you're constantly reading and discussing different masters, different religions, different books, and you're not doing any introspection, you're not healing any trauma, you're not internalizing anything, but you're just like a knowledge junkie, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You've got to internalize. You've got to introspect. You've got to heal your traumas. There's no getting around this. So you have some people out here who want to take the easy way out and tell you you don't have to heal your traumas. You don't have to deal with any of that. That was all an illusion. They will never be fully in the nothingness ever. These are the people out here who want to focus on one word like knowledge and make it taboo, make it like a curse word. It's not a curse word. What happens as you heal your trauma, do introspection, and internalize the teachings of the masters? You expand. The personhood begins to peel away from you, gets reabsorbed into the consciousness, gets reabsorbed. This reabsorption will never happen as long as you still carry trauma within you. As long as you still have attachments, as long as you still have desires. And you will understand by the way these fakes out here are having people sign NDAs. They're not able to live in the world. They have to go and live in some ashram, wherever they're at. Have people pamper them 24/7. They have no respect for other human beings. They believe that they are better than other human beings. They actually pride themselves on being ignorant. Hey, to each their own. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Until they have actually done the work and transcended all of the attachments, transcended all of the desires, yeah, they're not led by the little head anymore. See, until that happens, they have no space to talk to anybody about anything. You see, according to the real master, Nisargadatta, it's only one who has actually done the work and completed the work who has any right or authority to teach anybody anything, which eliminates most of the people out here. So knowledge is not a bad thing. Knowledge is a wonderful thing. But you must use that knowledge to help you move further on the path, not just become addicted to learning, because then you go nowhere. You've got to use what you learn. You've got to internalize what you've learned. You've got to heal your traumas. You've got to break your attachments. You've got to transcend your desires. And it all will happen simultaneously. So there's not one thing out here. And you must remember one thing. As we're all taught in the beginning that we are not the body. We are not the psychological mind. Understand, we are everything. There is not one thing here that is not the source. We are everything. We are the everythingness in the nothingness. Okay? And for a person who is genuinely awake, we are able to operate in both worlds. So because I am able to come out here and help you all identify a psychopath to keep you all safe on the path, to help you protect yourself, does not mean that I am not in the stillness, in the nothingness. A genuinely awakened being can operate in both places, which a lot of these fakes don't. They speak about operating in both places, but the way they harp on a single word like knowledge, it's a concept. The way they constantly harp on this stuff, it's only their ignorance showing, which they take great pride in. So I guess it's more par for the course. But until these people who pride themselves on being so ignorant, until they learn to respect other people and stop being led around by their little head, they have nothing to say to anybody out here as far as I'm concerned. Not a thing.